Jack was a lovely lad. In fairness, all those that dealt with Jack had good things to say about him. I first met him, I think it was January last year. Shane O'Rourke was our S&C coach with our senior footballers. Jack was a student in Tralee under Shane. And Shane brought him along, I suppose, for work experience or to show him the ropes as to how I was involved in being an S&C coach for a senior intercounty setup. And I met Jack up in Antrim. We did an away trip there at the start of the league last year. So that was the first time I had a good chat with him, let's say, about his background and so on. So he knew more. I knew he was living down around Bruff, but he knew more people in West Clare. Obviously, he had spent his formative years back there and gone to school in Kilkee, and he knew more lads from my own club, Nave Owen, than he did, people down around the Bruff areas. It seemed to be in that. So he was, a young man, obviously forging a potential future career for himself while he was studying. And then this year, Shane O'Rourke recommended him to Dermot Coughlin as an S&C coach for our under-20 footballers, and Dermot and Dermot and Curtin and Brian Considine had great things to say about him. He got on very well with the players and had a great rapport with the players. So obviously his peers, he was only just 20 himself, so he was at their level, I suppose. And they'd had a good pre-season and just got underway then last Saturday with their first round of the under-20 football championship. Had a good win and we're out celebrating that obviously on Saturday evening when unfortunately tragic events unfolded afterwards. So a very sad loss and very sudden and unexpected, obviously, and very tragic, obviously, for his family in particular, his friends and the cohort that he knew in Clare.
You mentioned the role that he played as strength and conditioning coach of the under-20 footballers and the statement released by Clare GAA saying that he helped guide them to an opening round win on Saturday afternoon last. Would it be fair to say, Kieran, that even at a young age, Jack made a significant contribution to GAA in Clare?
He did indeed, sure. Yeah, I mean, he was as I said, with our seniors last year, just learning ropes, I suppose, and then taking on the role as the S&C coach for those young men this year. So that strength and conditioning obviously is a big part of the games now. So he was obviously sharing his knowledge and what he had learned to the lads who were effectively his peers in age, and he certainly seemed to be getting on very well with them, and they were all enjoying their time working with him and that. So yeah, he had obviously knowledge that he was willing to share with them, and doing his best to help them to develop as athletes. So it's very sad, for that group in particular, that he's gone so suddenly, so unexpectedly, and so tragically.
Whenever people talk about the benefits of the GAA and getting involved, one of the words that invariably comes up is community. Will that sense of community be of comfort to Jack's friends and colleagues at this time?
I hope so, Seán. Yeah, I mean, look, it's very difficult, and it's difficult for us as grown, mature people, I suppose, to understand, to comprehend, to take cognizance of something so sudden and dramatic and unexpected like this. Obviously, for lads of 19 and 20 years of age, it's even more difficult, for his friends, for the boys and girls that knew him well. I saw many of them there yesterday up from Kilkee in the west, and that very sad with what unfolded at the end of the search yesterday, and obviously over the couple of days beforehand, and obviously the community got out to try to find Jack when we had hoped that he might be found somewhere around Lahinch area and so on. Hundreds of people out searching and hoping that there might be a better outcome in the circumstances than turned out. But yes, I mean, we'll obviously wrap our arms around those that are most affected. His family obviously are the most affected by his sad passing, and we give them whatever support we can, and the same for our players and for his friends, and those that knew Jack. He'll be missed, sadly missed, and we obviously have to try and do our best to support them, to comfort them in this desperate time.